So hello everyone. Today we have a very special person with us. That's Anjali Srivastava. Anjali is a 99.4 percentiler in the last snap. Now the best thing about it is that she has not done what the conventional person will do and just ran for the college that she'll get. Obviously, she could have gotten an SIBM very easily, considering her profile and everything else, but she did not select that. More on it later. But today's session, we are basically going to know that how did she do it? How did she score so well in Snap? And apart from that, more about the exam and what should be your approach to it, at least the way that Anjali did it. So yes, Anjali, please can you just give them a small introduction of yourself?
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Anjali Srivastava, and I have completed my graduation in BCom from a National PG College, which is in Lucknow. Post which I joined SIDTM as a fresher. So I appeared for SNAP 2020 and scored about 99.4 percentile over there.
That's amazing, Anjali. And so let's just start. First of all, guys, we'll start with a little bit about the SNAP exam. So unlike the CAT, SNAP में per question ज़्यादा time नहीं मिलता. So a few key differences between CAT and SNAP. Anjali, would you want to take this part? Because obviously you have taken both of them.
Yes. So basically in SNAP exam, you get 15 questions from general English, and then you get 25 questions, which is the major chunk of your overall paper. That is 25 questions from analytical and logical reasoning. And then you get quants, which also includes DI, which we call in CAT. About 20 questions come from there. So majorly your score depends on quants and logical reasoning more, as far as I think. And yeah, you really need to be very thorough with the logical concepts, because there are certain concepts that are only introduced in SNAP only. If you have prepared for CAT priorly, you won't be able to see such kind of questions like blood relation or direction based questions. There are very few questions in CAT that are based on those kind of stuffs. So here you need to focus your preparations regarding those topics only. Then only you can score very well in logical and analytical reasoning. And as far as quants is concerned, it is basically the formula based or the basics of quants that will be asked in this paper. If you have prepared for CAT priorly, then I think your quants is sorted for this exam. And for general English, I think reading comprehension is something that has not appeared last year. And usually in this exam, people avoid reading comprehension because it grabs up a lot of time of yours. So I avoided reading comprehension in every mock that I gave. And last year it didn't appear as well. And as far as verbal reasoning and verbal ability is concerned, most of the questions are from grammar, vocabulary, and some are logical based question that you can solve it on your own. So focus on grammar more, I would suggest, and build up your vocabulary as well.
Yeah. So yes, that's I guess a very very thorough explanation of CAT में SNAP में क्या हो सकता है. Anjali, if you don't mind me asking, how much did you score in your CAT?
I screwed up my CAT and I scored up about 86.7 percentile in CAT.
Okay, so now I need to ask this question. So there are two kinds of people. एक जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छी पढ़ाई की होती है, but they screw up on the strategy part, जिसकी वजह से उनको relatively जितना चाहिए था उससे थोड़ा कम आता है. And the other kind of people who don't know everything, but they have an amazing strategy, जिसकी वजह से उनको अच्छे percentage आते हैं. So which category did you fall in?
I think if you ask me about CAT, I fall in the first one category because I was very well prepared for CAT, but I screwed up on that particular date because my strategy didn't work that well. But for my SNAP preparation, I learned from my mistakes. I focused on my strategy more than the learning part. And I think that what helped me to ace this exam.
That's actually a great thing. So I'll tell you, no show off, just saying. So in my CAT, जब मैंने दिया था 2016, in my mocks regularly I was scoring like 78, 80, 85 percentiles. But in the actual CAT I ended up scoring a 95.5. And this was all मैंने सिर्फ 1.5 महीने में प्रिपेयर किया था. What I did was that मैंने लास्ट 10 दिन मॉक्स ही नहीं दी, but all I did was that the way that I practiced I changed it completely. I made sure that I'm marking only the things that I know. मैं जो चीजें मुझे आती है उनको मैंने अच्छे से स्ट्रेंथ बना दिया, जो नहीं आती है फॉर दैट टाइम मैंने उसको सीधा छोड़ दिया. So I concentrated on my strengths and that is what gave me a good percentile at that time. So हमारे टाइम पे CAT 300 मार्क्स का था, तो तब I scored a 121. So that gave me 95.5 percentile.
No, actually, that is really a crack that you have to crack. You know, if you are not going in an exam with a proper strategy, you are never gonna crack it. These entrance exams is not only about the knowledge that you have, but it is actually about the strategy that you inculcate and your mindset and your time management skills that you are showing in that paper. That actually matters.
Definitely that really helps. So let's talk level wise. Snap का level कैसा होता है CAT के comparison में? So if at all I will say that CAT का difficulty level is a 10. So where will you rate Snap?
I think I would rate Snap at about 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Snap is mostly based on your basics. So you need to have a thorough, understanding of the topic. But they are not going to twist the questions as far as as CAT does. So
okay.
It is basically based on those formulas and whatever the basics you have learned from a topic.
So why is it as high as 7 and why is it as low as 7? So as high as 7 because of the time constraint, I believe. Because time
because that is the main problem in Snap, because it's just a 60-minute paper, and if you have lost your concentration even for 2 minutes, then I think your paper is screwed up.
Yeah, obviously it's a huge thing. 60 में से 2 तुम उधर ही गवा दोगे तो खत्म. And right. Snap में why is it easier? Because it is more basics. It is related to more basics.
Yes.
And is there anything else that makes it easier? Also, because time come, you don't get that much of you don't get so much tired.
Yeah, you don't get so much tired, and of course, the questions are mostly logical basic. Like अगर आप VA को look up करो, तो those questions are basically logical. So you have already learned it throughout your entire journey, life that you have spent. You have learned it. You don't have to mug up anything more. So that is what makes it easy as compared to CAT.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So it is difficult because there is lesser time and it is all about selection of the questions, and it's easier because it is very much basics and concepts related as compared to CAT. जबकि CAT में ज़्यादा complicated questions होते हैं, इसमें relatively basic questions होते हैं. It is only about तुम कितने अच्छे से questions select कर पाते हो. And the good thing is that इसमें fatigue नहीं होता है because obviously time तुम्हें ज़्यादा टाइम तक खींचना ही नहीं है अपने आप को. बस 1 घंटे तक दिमाग अच्छे से चला लो, that is more than enough. So great.
But yeah, here you won't get any buffer time. Like in CAT, you can get a buffer time of at least 5 to 10 minutes where you can think. But here you have to just work on.
So let's talk about your in-exam strategy. तुमने in-exam क्या ऐसा किया that made you score so well?
Yeah, so actually I divided that 16 minutes ka slot into 4 different slots of 15 minutes each. So in the first 15 minutes, I would attempt questions from my strongest area, that was quant. So I attempted questions from quants. Then the next 15 minutes was devoted for VA. However, VA will take you much lesser time because there's less number of questions, and also most of them are, such questions that you either know it or you don't know it. There's no in between kind of stuff that you have to, do a trade-off whether I should attempt this question or not. Either you know it or either you don't. So I think your VA will get sorted within 7 minutes. But then you get a lot of time for LR, because LR is the most vast section and it is the most scoring section in Snap overall paper. So you can focus much more on LR, and after the next 15 minutes, you'll get to, the questions you have left behind, or whatever questions you found it lengthy and you left it, then you can reattempt it again. So I followed this strategy. And yes, I kept a buffer time of about 1 minute or 2 minutes before the paper. So just to have a look that, I have marked each and every question or not. Not each and every question, but all the questions that I've attempted, I've marked it or not, and then I, submitted the paper.
Okay. And also snap का मुझे paper pattern बता दो, negative marking, non-negative marking, कैसा?
So for every correct answer, you'll get 1 marks positive, and then for every wrong answer, you are charged up with 0.5 marks.
Okay.
0.25, sorry. 0.2. That's one.
Yeah. I think वही ये तो अलग लग रहा है.
No, 0.2.
It's basically 1:4. तुम अगर एक गलत क्वेश्चन, सॉरी एक सही क्वेश्चन, एक क्वेश्चन सही कर रहे हो, यू कैन, अगर तुमने 4 गलत क्वेश्चन किए तो तुम्हारा 1 मार्क डायरेक्टली चला जाएगा. So that is why be very careful that you are not solving any question that you are not sure about. Just solve the questions that you know. So पहले QA, बाद में VA LR. The third part is also LR, and the last one has a combination of जो तुमने छोड़े हुए questions है वो. Is that right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So questions left
and
for,
here you can go for the guess attempts also, that you can attempt, certain questions that you can, do a guess marking. There you can go up to options and you can do a trade-off whether I want to mark this question or not. You can also do
basically देखो कि तुम्हें कितना confidence आ रहा है उसमें और उस हिसाब से marking करो. If you are feeling very confident, then mark it. Yeah. And so what was your score when you scored a 99.4 percentile?
Actually, I don't remember the exact score, but it was somewhere around 85. Sorry, 55.
55. Oh, that's actually pretty good. 55 out of the total, that is 60.
Yeah.
That is actually very, very well done. Very commendable, actually. That's very, very commendable. So guys, 55 out of 60, that is what you need to score to get a 99.4 percentile. At least last year के हिसाब से. So basically, I think that anything above a 50 gives you a good chance of getting into any of the Symbiosis colleges. Right?
Right.
So yeah, now as I said that she did a very bold thing, and Symbiosis हम पहले सोचते तो सबसे पहला college कौन सा सोचता है? SIBM. That is the most common thing. Now Anjali, she had a choice and she selected SIDTM, a relatively new college. So we'll just think about the college a little. कि college में क्या है, कैसे है, and why did she select it, and how is it different, and in what terms is it better as compared to like her decision is better for what she wants. So now it is purely about कि तुम लोग को तुम कितने future में सोच रहे हो. That is what SIDTM is about. So yeah, Anjali, please just introduce. थोड़ा सा हल्का हल्का ऊपर से introduction दे दो so that we can have a discussion about it.
Yeah, so actually I would like to share my experience why I went with this college. So while I was searching for all the colleges, so I was very clear in my mind that I want to go for a college which gives an edge to me over the core MBA program. And then I found SIDTM. So actually SIDTM, what it gives you, that it gives you a techno manager profile. So there students not only learn about the core management subjects like finance, marketing, or HR related, but only they are also well acquainted with the technological role. So if you see a lot of corporate world nowadays, everything is turning digital. So they need managers who can look at a particular situation or an opportunity with with each and from a perspective of each and every segment. Like you have to analyze that particular situation as far as finance is considered, as far as marketing is considered. Then you also need to look at the situation with a technical perspective as well. Like what are the changes in technology that is going on, how you can make use of those technologies so that you are over and above others. So that's what inclined me towards this SIDTM college,
What is
and
your
I'm
graduation?
actually really happy about getting in here.
What is your graduation in?
BCom. That's a commerce background. Yeah.
So, and graduation in BCom with what specialization?
There was no such specialization, but it was general BCom.
Okay, general BCom. Okay,
Yeah.
so a lot of finance there, I assume.
Yeah. Lot of
You had
finance.
so you had financial knowledge. So you preferred not going in for an actual finance MBA, but you went for something that is digital. That will give you a overall view of
Yeah.
how the management perspective works. Okay.
Also, I had this keen interest of getting into an IT sector and working over there. So, this was the opening gate for me to get over there
Okay.
and work very well in
And
those
what are the
activities.
companies that generally come in for placement at SIDTM as per the last year's placement reports and everything?
Actually, there are a lot of job profiles that are offered. Like most of them are related to cybersecurity, fintech, IoT, and then analytics, marketing domain. So you also get a job in finance sector as well. So overall mixture of everything is being served over there.
So data analytics, cyber, finance related,
IoT,
and
and then
yes.
telecom sector.
Okay. So companies from these sectors generally come in and these are the roles that are being offered. Also, you said that there are different specializations. So what are the specializations that you were talking about?
So there are three basic specializations. One is systems and finance. There is dual specialization, okay? Systems and finance, then marketing and finance, and then there is analytics and finance. So finance is a minor, which is a compulsion in each and every specialization.
Okay, that's actually very interesting. So
Yeah.
guys, so this is something that you really should be looking at. If this is the kind of MBA that you want, and if you are technologically more inclined, then SIDTM is surely something that you should be looking at. And generally, so yeah, what is the fees? Now let's just have a fees and overall package ka breakdown so we can compare it to the other colleges that we know. So generally, what is the fees and what are the average packages as per the placement report? So fees kitna hai?
So fees that we are charged is approximately about 16 to 17, if you can.
Okay, 16, 17. That includes your stay, khana,
everything, like
everything.
hostel, mess, every facility is included in that.
Okay. All inclusive, or I can just write total. Total for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is the kind of average package that you get?
This year, the average package was about 11.88 lakh per annum.
11.88
for the whole
lakh
batch. Yeah.
for the entire. And
entire batch. And the highest was 29.7.
29 is the highest.
Yes.
And what are the top percentages? Like top 50% or top 75%?
Yeah, top 25% is getting, top 25 students are getting a package of about 19.7 lakh per annum. And then top 50's average is about 15.7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top 50. And that is out of a batch of
150.
Okay, total batch of 150.
Yeah.
So guys, if you see, so SIDTM really gives you a good value if you compare it to any of the new IIMs. So I would directly compare this to the newer IIMs. Us hisab se the packages have been very well. Also, we are talking about a year that was predominantly problematic for all colleges. So even in that, to be able to get this package as an average, and a lot of it, I assume that fixed component bhi kafi acha hi hoga. And because of the roles that are being offered, I don't think that there'll be a lot of non-fixed component. Fixed component hi kafi zyada hoga. And if you see the top few packages, they are going actually very well, with the top package being at 29. So
And
these are
actually,
the,
for your knowledge, I would say that average package of SIDTM is increasing every year. If you just
yeah,
go on their site, if you
exactly,
look
because
at the graph, it is increasing
it's a
every year.
relatively new college, so we can assume that the college is growing at least like about 10 to 15% per year, at least that much, because that is how any new college, obviously it has the symbiosis ka tag. So I just see in the next few years it being at least, if not more, but at least at an SAM HRD level. So like in terms of placement and all statistics combined. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. That is basically, guys, everything that we can know in this short amount of time with which Anjali has helped us out with. And Anjali, I can't thank you enough for this. And so yeah, guys, I hope if there is anything or any question for Anjali, you can just drop in the comments. I'll just forward that to them, and if she's kind enough, she'll answer them, and I'll reply to those in the comments itself. Okay. So I hope you guys like the video, and Anjali, thank you so much for being a
Thank
part
you,
of it.
Jigar. Thank you so much for inviting me.
And
Thank you.
thank you to the entire SIDTM team also. So
All right.
a really new college, a lot of stuff that I got to know about it that I had no idea about. Okay.
Thank you so much.